Hi there, I'm Sue Hutton, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my approach to the mindfulness path in this short video. I did my first 10-day silent meditation retreat in 1985, which is a long time ago now, and I've spent many, many years really getting deeply acquainted with the mindfulness tools and practices. I'm very lucky to have been able to study in strong traditions that have given me a foundation, spending a year in India and doing many, many long silent meditation retreats. I also found that in doing those practices that many of them are not that accessible for the general population. Many people were harmed doing those retreats and practices that I witnessed, people who are trauma survivors. And it's really important to remember that we live in a neurodiverse world where everyone is wired differently. And that also means that everyone is going to come to the mindfulness practices in a different way. Every single one of us is wired uniquely. That includes me, that includes you. So it's super important that mindfulness is made accessible and adaptable for all of the brains and minds that we have in this world. I've also spent 30 years, over 30 years actually, like well over 30 years as a social worker and working in the neurodevelopmental disability community, working both with neurodivergent adults and also with caregivers. Some caregivers experience really high levels of stress. Many neurodivergent adults also experience very high levels of stress. So mindfulness, to me, has to be made accessible for this community. I've made it my passion and love working with people to individualize and tailor practices so that people can benefit with them in a way that works for them. Mindfulness is about coming to our senses, using the different sense doors that are available to us: vision, sensory experience, direct sensation, sound. All of these different tools are going to land differently with each of us, and not all of us have them all available. So it's super important to customize practices. I love doing that in one-on-one sessions and private practice. I also love doing groups with people. I have learned so much from working with hundreds of autistic people and neurodivergent people over the years, and really how to customize mindfulness. So take a look around my site. I'm a big believer in free offerings, so you will find all kinds of free streaming resources on my site. And reach out. I'm very happy to speak with you about the different offerings I have. And thank you for connecting.